Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome to part 3 of this new gear series, as it seems, which actually never was intended to be more than one episode when I did the first one in the beginning of this year. But yeah, here we are again with a new one. As you might have seen in the previous videos, I got some really amazing new Harley Benton guitars, and I asked you in the last one if you wanted to see more about that, like a more in-depth video with more talking about details and stuff like that. So yeah, you were interested in that, but with some changes. I'm always very grateful for feedback of any sort. So what I thought I'd do different this time, instead of making a video talking about the gear and then recording a demo song in the end of the video, I'd do 2 videos instead, because you told me you like to listen to the demo songs in the previous ones, but you didn't always want to watch and hear me talking all the time about the gear. So instead we're gonna do all the talking and playing just the guitar with no drums, no nothing in this video. And tomorrow there's gonna be a new video with an actual song that I recorded just with this guitar, bass and drums and vocals. So instead of writing a new demo song specifically for this video, I stumbled across a very old song that I wrote 15 years ago for my very first black metal band. So I decided, okay, that fits pretty much perfectly for this guitar from the sound and the playability. So that's the song that I'm gonna record to show you how this actually plays in action and how it sounds in a full mix. So yeah, shout out to my very good friend Abdirot, who was the singer there. Great times, and I hope you guys like the song. Second change that I wanted to make is, instead of talking about both new guitars at the same time, I wanted to focus on one guitar and do another video like this, talking about the other guitar, of course with the second song. Because I think for this kind of purpose, like getting to hear one guitar actually, it doesn't make sense to throw in both guitars in one mix, because then you cannot tell which guitar is which one and stuff like that. So better focus on one guitar and then do another video for the other guitar. Here we have the Harley Benton SC-1000, as you probably have seen already in the title. This one is the white version. There's also a satin black version with gold hardware, but all the other specs are exactly the same. So the body is made of mahogany, and as you can see, it's really thick, which was a concern before I got this guitar, because I thought maybe it's really heavy, and that's a big downside of all Les Paul guitars, I think, in my opinion, because when you're playing standing up, for example, on a longer gig or on a very extended rehearsal where you play for hours and hours standing up and then your back starts hurting, so that's a big downside. But this one is actually quite light, so that was very surprising to me when I took it out of the box. Is also pretty thick, but not too thick. It's a C-shape neck out of mahogany with 24 frets. Interestingly, this is a 24 3/4 of an inch scale length, so exactly the Les Paul scale length, which I like very much for rhythm stuff, like playing very stretchy stuff down here with my I consider my fingers to be really short. So that's not really a problem on this guitar, so I like that very much. The fretboard is made out of amaranth. It looks very dark, pretty much like ebony, so that's really cool. We have some die-cast tuners up here, which are really stable. I didn't have any tuning issues whatsoever. I played this guitar for hours and I already abused it quite much. But yeah, it stays perfectly in tune. I didn't have to retune it at all. So yeah, I can see myself even playing it in the studio for an entire album, because that's the biggest issue, like having to retune or have a guitar being out of tune in the middle of the song. That's like a total no-go, but this one, yeah, very impressed by that. There's two active humbuckers here, which are made by Harley Benton themselves, so it's no third party or something, but they sound really great. They are incredibly hot, so yeah, bear that in mind, especially when you want to play some clean stuff. That's the only downside actually of this guitar. I wouldn't use it too much for like really clean guitar parts, because the humbuckers are so hot that yeah, you can barely play clean stuff without paying really attention to how soft you pick. If you start picking a little harder, then it immediately gets crunchy, and yeah, so bear that in mind. But a very simple solution to that for me was, if you want to play something clean, for example, in the middle of a song, just switch to the neck pickup, dial down the volume knob of the neck pickup, and then you're good to go. So this is something that I also really like about this guitar. You have these two volume controls, one for each pickup and one master tone control. And with the three-way toggle switch and those two volume controls, you can, for example, do some kill switch stuff. So this is always fun to do. On the back here you can see the cavity for the battery, which also came included, so that was pretty nice. You have a nice belly cut here, so it's really comfortable to play. And here you can see the set neck, which gives it a lot of sustain. And actually I think this guitar has more sustain than any of my other guitars. And as you might have seen from all my other videos, I have one or two guitars at home for comparison. But this one, yeah, really blew my mind how much sustain it has. So yeah, that sound very, very incredible. So overall, it's a really great instrument and very affordable. I think right now it's around 200 euros here in Germany. You can only buy it, of course, at Thomann because Harley Benton is the home brand of Thomann, but they ship worldwide. So I'm gonna put the link down in the description. So if you want to check out how much this guitar is in your country, you can see it there. And I mean, for 200 euros, it plays perfectly. Like seriously, I'm a big fan of modding my guitars and stuff like that, but I think I'm gonna leave it just as it is. The pickups are sounding really great, so there's no need to change them. The tuners stay perfectly in tune, so I'm not gonna waste any money on that, exchanging them, because I mean, yeah, never change a running system. And yeah, I think the look is great as it is. The only two upgrades that I did were these strap locks, because of course I don't want this guitar to go flying whenever I'm playing on stage or just standing up here. And the other upgrade was this neck wrap, which I also strongly recommend you getting. These are also from Harley Benton, so whenever you decide to pick one of these guitars up yourself, then just do yourself a favor, throw in a neck wrap and these strap locks, and then you're good to go. And as I already mentioned in the previous video, I took this guitar out of the box. I just had to tune it and it was completely set up perfectly. I didn't have to change anything, set up the neck or anything like that. The neck is really smooth, there are no frets sticking out of there, nothing is sharp or anything like that. So this is just mind-blowing for a guitar in this price range. Yeah, Harley Benton or Thomann, I don't know who did this, but the setting up of the guitar was just on point. So I'm very, very happy with that. So the question now is, how does it sound in a full mix? Here's the link. Check out this 15-year-old song that I wrote. It really brought me back. That were some really crazy, great times. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you liked this video. And stay safe, and till the next time, bye guys.